ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I welcome all the devotees for this short Japa Talk. Today we will discuss 6 keys that help us improve our chanting, and these 6 keys are based on a beautiful shloka from the Hari Bhakti Vilas by Sanatana Goswami. Let's recite the shloka first and then discuss the meaning. Manah samharanam shaucham maunan mantrartha chintanam avyagratvam anirvedo japa sampatti hetavah. Manah samharanam shaucham. Here we see that when we are chanting the holy names of Krishna, when we are chanting on the beads, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, oftentimes the mind goes here and there. And practically most of the sadhakas experience this difficulty every single day during chanting, and multiple times during that chanting time, which may be 2 hours or maybe 1.5 hours, depending on the pace of the devotees chanting. So this beautiful shloka teaches us 6 ways in which we can streamline our japa. So let's see the meaning. Manaha samharanam shaucham. Mana means mind. Samharana means withdrawing or controlling. That's the first key. Manaha samharanam. Second, shaucham means being clean, being pure, internally and externally. Third, maunam means silence. Fourth, mantrartha chintanam. Mantra means the mantra that we are chanting, and artha means its meaning. Chintana means to meditate, to think about. So, to meditate on the meaning of the mantra that we are chanting. That's the fourth key. Fifth, avyagratvam. Very important point. Mind is very unsteady and restless. Avyagratvam means not to give in to the restless nature of the mind, but trying to keep ourselves steady and be very patient, and not to just immediately give in. Then sixth is anirveda. Nirveda means disappointment. But anirveda means don't be disappointed. Even if you're unable to chant well, or even if you're not getting that great taste in chanting despite repeated chanting for many years, let's not lose hope. Let's not give up. That is anirveda. Japa sampatti hetavaha. So these 6 keys are the causes of effective chanting. That's what this beautiful shloka says. Now let's go to the first key and let's discuss all the 6 keys one by one in little greater detail in the next few minutes. The first is manaha samharanam. So the biggest problem for the mind is distraction. Even when Krishna was teaching Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, Krishna told Arjuna, we need to control the mind. To practice in yoga, to advance in yoga, mind control is very important. It's very pivotal. But Arjuna said, Chanchalam himanaha Krishna pramathi balavadrudham tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. He said, Arjuna is saying, oh Krishna, it's very easy for me to control wind, but it's extremely difficult for me to control mind. Mind control is much tough compared to wind control. So Krishna acknowledged. Actually, before even Arjuna expressed this problem with mind control, Krishna gave a key for mind control. In the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 26th shloka, Krishna said, Yato yato nischalati manaschanchalamassthiram tatastato niyam yaitat atmanyeva vasham nayet. Wherever the mind wanders, whenever it wanders, try to bring the mind back and focus on the holy name. Focus on whatever you are doing, but in our context, japa. Focus on your japa. Mind keeps going here and there, right? So now the first key is manaha samharanam. In the shloka, the first word, first term is manaha samharanam. We are discussing that. So bring the mind back and fix it on the holy name whenever the mind wanders, right? Now it's very difficult when Krishna gave this key simply saying that yato yato nischalita manaschanchalamastharam, wherever the mind wanders, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. But Arjuna said it's very difficult to bring it back. That's my problem. In the 26th shloka, Krishna said, bring the mind back whenever it wanders. But in the 34th shloka, Arjuna said, it's very difficult, Krishna. You very easily said, bring the mind back, but it's not that possible. I can control the mind, I can control the wind, but I cannot control the mind. Then Krishna said, Asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam. He said, Asamshayam. Undoubtedly, it's very difficult. Krishna is not brushing aside the problem expressed by Arjuna. Krishna is not saying, no, 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 you can easily control. He is not saying that. Asamshayam, undoubtedly, it's very difficult to control the mind. Even Krishna acknowledged the problem. If we are thinking that it's like too much for me to do manaha samharanam, bringing the mind back is very difficult for me. This difficulty is expressed by Arjuna also, and this difficulty is acknowledged by Krishna also. This problem everybody faces. We should not feel disappointed. We should not feel surprised that our mind is getting distracted. That's the nature of the mind, especially in Kali Yuga, in 2025, with so many gadgets around us, with so many allurements of Maya around us. It's very, very difficult to control the mind. But Krishna says, it may be difficult, but it is not impossible. It is possible, it is made possible in two ways. What are they? Krishna said, Asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Two keys he gave, abhyasa and vairagya. Abhyasa means practice. Whenever the mind goes, practice to bring it back. Keep practicing, keep practicing. Like, for example, you are chanting. So you chanted the first mantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, with some concentration. In the second mantra, it became little down. Maybe 5, 6 mantras we chanted. In seventh mantra, it just went somewhere else. Totally. It has gone to another part of the globe, or it has gone somewhere else completely. Then you are again trying to pull the mind back on the holy name. And after 10 mantras, we realized, my God, I'm chanting. I have to focus on the chanting now. Again, you try to bring the mind back. So we keep on doing this practice, practice, practice. So Krishna is saying that abhyasa means practice helps to bring the mind back. Right? Whenever the mind wanders, don't just give in to the mind. Practice to bring it back. Practice to bring it back. Right? So first is abhyasa or practice. Then second is vairagya. Vairagya means detachment. Right? Now we need to understand first key is practice, second key is with detachment. What is the detachment that Krishna is talking about? Detachment from the object of distraction. So while you are chanting, the mind takes you to some place. Say the mind takes you to some phone, or mind may take you to some friend or some conversation that must have happened with somebody, right? So mind is taking you there. Now you train the mind saying that, oh mind, please be detached from this thought. Please be detached from this desire. Please be detached from this allurement or distraction. Please be detached from the phone. Please be detached from uh, the, the thought that you are having that's distracting you in japa. So we need to cultivate that detachment from the distraction, or tell the mind, just 1 hour. We have some 8 9 rounds to chant. So in 1 hour we may be able to complete this chanting sincerely. Then after 1 hour, I'll come back to this thought. Somehow pacify the mind. Somehow train the mind to be detached from the distracting thought and be attached to concentrate on the holy name. And keep on practicing this. Abhyasa Vairagya, Abhyasa Vairagya, Abhyasa Vairagya. And how is it possible? How can we effectively apply these two things that Krishna has given us? Association of devotees facilitates, right? Bringing the mind back is the first key, and we will be able to effectively bring the mind back when we chant along with the devotees. Just imagine, not imagine, just compare your way of chanting with the devotees and without devotees. Say you are chanting alone, sitting in a room. Maybe 10 times in a round or 5 times in a round, you may take your phone, right? But if you're chanting in the temple hall or with some devotees, some 10 people are around you, 20 people are around you, in front of all of them, we may not be able to, or we will not pick up your phone or any other, we may not get distracted by any other things because 10 other devotees are there. They are also sincerely trying to chant. So applying this key of samharanam, manaha samharanam is possible when you chant with the devotees, right? So as much as possible, as much as it is practical for us, let's chant together. Let's sit together, 2 people, 4 people, 10 people, 100 people if possible. You sit together and chant. Of course, if you feel that there are 10 people, they may make little noise, you can stay little aside from them. Maybe you may not be so close to them, little away. If you feel that they are chanting little loudly, that may disturb your chanting. But the mere presence of a devotee in a place where you are chanting will help you control the mind, right? Manaha samharanam. So we need to control the mind, bring the mind back. Actually, an average sadhaka may not be able to get tears while chanting. Nayanam galadhashrudharaya vadanam gadgadardhayagar may not happen. But in our case, attentiveness means attempting to bring the mind back whenever it wanders. Whenever the mind wanders here and there, if you make a sincere attempt to bring the mind back and focus on the holy name, that is our attentiveness. Mind will wander because we are struggling sadhakas. We are not, many of us are not pure devotees. Mind will definitely get distracted. But whenever it gets distracted, try to bring it back. That is our attentiveness in japa, right? The definition of attentiveness for a struggling sadhaka is attempting to bring the mind back and focusing through these two keys, abhyas and vairagya, and it is possible by association. So we we will conclude our discussion on the first key, manaha samharanam. We can discuss a lot, but I'll go to the second key. Second key is shaucham. We are discussing this here. Shaucham. Shaucham means cleanliness, purity. And that cleanliness is two types: external cleanliness, internal cleanliness. So externally we need to be clean. How? By taking a bath and sitting in a clean place, wearing fresh clothes, right? This is all external cleanliness. Internal cleanliness means keeping the mind free from negative thoughts and useless thoughts and distracting thoughts. So let's see them. Say external cleanliness first. So if you take a bath and then chant the holy name of Krishna, begin your rounds, you will feel fresh. You'll be able to chant the names with more concentration. And also it's like honoring. Now we are touching the tulsi beads, uh, and if you take a bath and freshly chant on these beads, so that will help us concentrate better, right? We are honoring the beads, right? As much as possible, we should take a bath and then chant. Of course, there are some circumstances where somebody is sick or someone is hospitalized or someone is traveling long distance, 24 hours journey or 20 hours journey. At that time we may not be able to take a bath. The external physical cleanliness may be a little compromised. We may not be able to take a bath and chant, so that's fine. At that time you can chant. There you apply this formula: nam namakari bahudha nija sarva shakti tatrarpita niyamitah smarane na kalah. There are no niyamas. You can chant anytime. That's fine. But as much as it is practical for you and possible for you, take a bath, wear fresh clothes. For example, if somebody wears a dress today and next day morning he wears the same dress and then chants. So whatever the sweat or the ink and the dirt which is there on the dress because of using it for last 24 hours or so, that will not allow us to focus better. Of course, holy name is a transcendental activity. Chanting holy names of Krishna is a transcendental activity. It's beyond this external and internal purity. And as we know, Om apavitraha pavitro va sarvavasthangato piva hasmaret pundarikaksham sabahyabhyantar suchi. Right? Just by remembering the Supreme Lord Krishna's name internally and externally, everything will become pure. That's correct. But that external cleanliness of wearing fresh clothes and taking a bath, that will definitely facilitate an effective chanting with more focus and concentration, right? Therefore, the shloka is suggesting that maintain some cleanliness, external purity. Then internal purity. So internally, when the mind is like very turbulent, you had a very big fight with someone, arguments with someone, difference of opinion with someone, uh, and your mind is filled with some negative thoughts, thoughts of disappointment, resentment, and your mind is overwhelmed with so many desires or feelings or hankerings or something like that. In such a state of mind, focusing on the holy name becomes a little difficult. Of course, in such a state of mind also you should chant. And in fact, when our mind is filled with sort of a lot of negative thoughts, better we take shelter of the holy name. But when you're chanting your prescribed number of rounds, as much as possible, keep the mind clean. Right? Now you see, early morning if you chant in the Brahma Muhurta, mind is fresh. Just now you have slept for 6, 7 hours, whatever, your mind is fresh, you just took a bath, your body is fresh. At that time, in such a clean state of body and mind, our concentration on holy name will be improved. So whole day we just do so many things, and in the night time we are chanting, afternoon we are chanting, during the daytime we are chanting. That quality of feeling and quality of concentration may not manifest. So as much as possible, let's try to chant with this shaucham. This is the second key. Then third key is Monum. Right? This Monum is the third key. So Monum is silence, literally. But what exactly is silence? Silence is not absolute silence. Of course, we have to chant the holy names of the Lord. For that, we can't be silent. So we need to utter, of course, soft voice. And of course, when we're chanting in Kirtan, we chant with loud voice. So here, the Maunam silence basically means not absolute silence. It is abstaining from unnecessary talk. So we need to talk only useful subject matters, Krishna conscious subject matters, or subjects that enhance our attraction towards Krishna. Before japa and after japa, let's try to utilize our tongue only to speak spiritual topics. And as much as possible, avoid talks which are not connected to Krishna and Krishna consciousness. So, whatever we are talking before japa, whatever we'll be talking after japa in that day will definitely affect our japa. So, for example, if I have had a big meeting with someone discussing about some heavy subject matters, or if I had an argument with someone, uh, or if I utilize my tongue to blaspheme someone, criticize someone, so uh, all that way of utilizing my tongue will definitely affect me in my chanting later. And similarly, after japa, after completing your 60 notes, okay, fine, I finished my 60 notes, I can do anything I want. But whatever we talk, mundane subject matter or gossip after japa will affect the next day's japa. And one more thing, chanting need not be done and should not be done only 16 rounds on the beats. There is a prescribed quota, minimum quota of rounds, but there is no bar for maximum. You completed 16 rounds, maybe evening if you have some time, you can chant 2 3 rounds, extra rounds. So that extra round chanting will be affected when we utilize our tongue to speak some mundane, materialistic subject matters or gossip or criticism or Vaishnavananda, right? So Maunam is an important key. Topics unrelated to Krishna must be avoided as much as possible. Of course, as we are interacting with this material world, working in the outside world, we may have to discuss something, but as much as possible, we try to make it positive and useful. Useful, at least they must be useful for our personal life or professional life. May not be direct discussions about Krishna's Nama Rupa Guna Lila, but as long as we keep our talks positive and useful, that will help in our japa. And while chanting japa, during the japa, try to completely avoid talking anything, especially mundane topics. If some emergency comes, if you have to chant during, if you have to speak to someone during the chanting, ensure that it is very, very quick. So somebody comes and then you have to attend to them. Fine, 1 or 2 minutes, you finish that talk and then continue your japa, because some emergencies are always there. You can't say when somebody is waiting for you for some very, very important task that has to be done at that time only. You can't say wait for 1 hour, let me complete my rounds. Sometimes you may not be able to say that, but you may have to attend to them, but ensure that it's a very short break, not a long break, right? So, because whatever we talk during the japa, that will encroach upon japa, that will not allow us to focus on the holy name. So, Monum is the third key. Then, fourth key, mantrartha chintanam. Very important. Mantra is manah trayate iti mantra or mananat trayate iti mantra. Means the more you repeat a statement or a mantra or a name of the Lord, by repeated repetition, your mind comes under control. Your mind is regulated. Your mind is protected. That is called mantra. That statement, which when repeated multiple times, will regulate your mind, will protect your mind, is called mantra. Mananat trayate iti mantra. Trayate means to protect us, to uplift us, or to regulate us also. Manah trayate iti mantra. Mind is protected, our mind is regulated by chanting this mantra. So that mantra has a meaning. Mantrartha chintana means to meditate or to think about. Artha means its meaning. So we need to meditate on the meaning of the mantra while chanting the mantra. Now we may say, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. If I just get into contemplating on the meaning, I won't be able to focus on the holy name. Somebody may have the doubt. Not that you constantly focus on the meaning only, but at least once in a while, you are recollecting yourself. What are you doing? Otherwise, it becomes mechanical chanting. So the meaning of this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is, O Srimati Radharani, Hare, O Krishna, please engage me in your service. That's a beautiful meaning that Srila Prabhupada has given to the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Time to time, let's remind ourselves about that meaning. Mantrartha Chintanam. I am not just mechanically chanting a string of words. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this mantra has a meaning. I am begging Krishna, I am begging Srimati Radharani for an opportunity to be engaged in their seva. Right? So time to time we need to remind ourselves, this is what I meant. 16 into 108 times every day I'm doing this. What I mean is this. What I'm supposed to mean is this. Not just mechanically uttering these sounds. Right? Mantrartha chintana. Very important. Of course, for very advanced devotees, there is no meaning between the mantra and its meaning. There is no difference between the mantra and its meaning. They while chanting the mantra, they feel the meaning of the mantra. They feel that they're talking to the Lord, right? But for sadhakas, it may not be very obvious. The meaning may not immediately just ring in the mind when they're uttering the name. But time to time, they need to remind themselves, yeah, this is what you mean, right? So meditate on the meaning of the mantra. And let's be convinced that Krishna is our protector, Krishna is our master, Krishna is the supreme worshipable deity. So that happens by repeatedly reminding ourselves of the meaning of the mantra, not mechanically chanting, right? Mantrartha chintanam. Then fifth key is avyagratvam, right? We are discussing this. Vyagratva means the restless nature of this fickle mind, unsteady mind, right? Because of that restless nature, the mind cannot focus on what we are doing. The mind wants to finish it fast. When there is no taste in what we are doing, we want to finish it fast. But when there is a taste in what we are doing, we want to do it for a long and long and long time, right? So when there is no interest or taste in chanting this mantra, but there's an obligation. Okay, I need to chant 60 notes. I have promised to my spiritual master, therefore I need to chant no Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, so there is a rush, right? Okay, let me finish it. Let me finish it. Let me finish it. Okay, the total 60 notes done. Okay, now I can do anything else. So when there is not much taste, but there is a sense of commitment. There's a commitment given to the spiritual master that I will chant 16 rounds every day. to keep up that commitment, many sadhakas sincerely they want to finish that count, right? While chanting, the focus is on the count. Sometimes we focus more on the external beats than the internal beats, right? So that is called Vyagratum. Because of the restlessness of the mind, we feel like rushing. Let me finish this. For example, 7 o'clock is the Darshanarti. The deity's darshan is getting open. Now it's 6:58. Sorry, 6:58 or 6:52, for example. I have 8 minutes and I have 2 rounds left, right? 2 rounds I need to finish. Oh, I have 8 minutes. I means 4 rounds. I have to come 4 minutes. I have to complete 1 round because in 8 minutes it will altar will open. So we just want to expedite our chanting, rush our chanting. Like that, we just somehow swallow some syllables. We may not be able to pronounce them clearly and hear them clearly, and somehow manage to finish these 2 rounds. Done. Japa is over. Okay, 7 o'clock darshanarti. Go back to other things, right? So that rushing should not be there, right? That's what avyagratam means. Don't rush to complete the rounds. Let's have some patience. So restlessness is vyagratam. Patience is opposite of it. Having some patience to chant uh, little clearly and pronounce the words clearly and attempt to hear them clearly. Whether it takes 5 minutes or 6 minutes or 7 minutes, whatever it is, let's give it the time that it requires. If we are not giving that sufficient time that quality 16 rounds require, it is called vyagratva. We are being restless. But if we are giving that quality time, it is called patience. So we need to have patience. Of course, different devotees chant uh, in different at different pace. Some people may require 7 minutes to complete a round. Some devotees may take 9 minutes to complete a round. They are little slow. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Or some devotees may be little fast. By nature, their voice is little fast. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. They may not be exactly rushing, but that's the pace at which they speak. They utter. So whatever it is, your natural pace, chant at that pace, right? Whether it is 6 minutes or 7 minutes, whatever time is required, let's try to give that much time and chant with patience. That is the fifth key. Let's not rush. Then last key described in this shloka is Anirveda. Nirveda means discouragement, disappointment, sadness, right? So Nirveda means we are feeling very discouraged or disappointed or sad or feeling we are losing hope that, oh, I'm chanting since 10 years or 15 years or 20 years or 5 years. I'm chanting 16 rounds, but still I'm unable to feel that love for Krishna, affection for Krishna. When will I attain Krishna Prema? Or when will I chant with concentration? I'm unable to chant with concentration, although I'm chanting since long time. So sometimes that could create a sense of disappointment or a loss of hope in us. We may become hopeless. So we should not become hopeless. A devotee is called Ashabandha, means always hopeful of Krishna's mercy. So from our side, we just have to chant. What is there in our hands? In our hands only beat Japamala is there. We just have to chant Hare Krishna to the best of our ability, following all these keys as much as possible. And when will we get taste? When will we get ruchi? When will we get bhava? When will we get prema? That is in Krishna's hands. Of course, it's definitely in reciprocation with our attempt, but we only can do our attempt. We cannot demand Krishna, give me Krishna Prema now, right now. We cannot say that. Therefore, we should have that patience. We should not lose hope. Anirveda basically means don't be discouraged that we are moving slowly in our endeavor to attain the desired goal. Don't lose hope, although we are not getting the results very quickly. Let's not lose hope. So these 6 keys help us chant the names of the Lord and streamline our japa. First is, let's revise once again. Let's remind ourselves the 6 keys once again before we conclude. So one is manaha samharanam, trying to bring the mind back, withdraw the mind back from all distractions. This can be effectively done in the association of devotees and when we follow the suggestions given by Krishna. What are they? One is uh, abhyasa, second is vairagya. One is practice, second is detachment. Second key is shaucham, being clean internally and externally, physically and mentally. Having clean thoughts and not holding any grudges or negativity in the mind, and also wearing clean clothes and sitting in a clean place, taking bath. All this will come under the second key of shaucham. Third is Monum. Before japa or after japa or during japa, let's not utilize our tongue to speak any mundane subject matters or materialistic subjects, right? That is Monam. Then fourth is Mantrartha Chintanam. Let's also meditate on the meaning of the mantra. Time to time, let's remind ourselves that we mean to beg Krishna and Radharani for service when we are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Then fifth is Avyagratam. Don't rush. Have patience in chanting. Sixth is Anirveda. Don't be disappointed. Don't lose hope. Krishna will definitely reciprocate with our sincere attempt. So these are the 6 keys to streamline our japa. I hope to streamline my own japa by reminding myself of these 6 keys. Not that I'm able to apply all these 6 keys. I need your blessings to be able to apply these 6 keys of japa. So this is a beautiful shloka that's teaching us how to improve our japa. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.